do have a little question for you when it comes to this part. I haven't been coming to your special meetings because I assumed that you would be in executive session for the most part. Is that a correct assumption?
It hasn't been that way, no, because it hasn't had a need to.
Okay.
We pretty much, what we were doing is, most all of the meeting has been reorganization.
Okay.
And we haven't gotten into anything that required executive session yet. That's probably yet to come.
All right. Well, that's why I've been absent, just to let you know.
Commentary on the board meetings. Anyone have anything to add? Amend?
Who wants to make the motion?
He's approving all of the minutes
I have no problem.
for what, 5 meetings, 4 meetings?
Regular January 21st, January 29th, February 5th.
12. We got
And the 12th.
And the 12th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from all of the meetings in the packet.
I'll second that.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve all of their meetings without corrections. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Mr. Treasurer, do you have commentary about that large jump in the interest that's being paid?
$8.49.
Wow.
30 days. Oh, okay. It is what it is.
Shall we approve his report?
I will so move.
Do we have a second to that motion?
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded to approve the treasurer's report as presented. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Tanya is going to present the medical staff report today in lieu of, well, she's the boss right now, so I guess that's why.
Okay, medical staff met on the 13th of February, and they approved Ray Everett House, MD, to medical staff with radiology consulting privileges.
I know Ray House. I move that we not approve him.
Can we have discussion? Because he has in the past gave several donations to the foundation, so I kind of like him.
I withdraw my motion.
But he did grow up in Lakeland County, right?
No.
He did?
No.
Does he own some land here now?
His grandparents.
Oh.
Should
Trying to get ahead of the secretary here.
He's the same age as me, and we ran into each other in high school a lot.
Where's he from? Oh, house.
His dad was a big house, some cars along the yard.
signatures.
Probably stuff in there, I don't know.
Don't want to know. Consult with people, it's a doctor, consult with somebody. And, when we approve by you're the final authority. Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I would make a motion we approve Ray Everett House Radiology consulting privileges to the Lincoln County Hospital medical staff.
I'll second it.
Motion is made and seconded to approve Ray Everett House, MD, radiology consulting. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Administrator. Any questions on the medical report? We finished with that.
Okay. Are you ready to go on?
Please continue.
Okay. Just to briefly go over the statistics and the financials, our occupancy rate was 23.27 in the month of January. This represents an average of 3.26 patients per day. We had 13 acute care admissions, up 6 from last month, 8 skilled care admissions, up 2 from last month, and 4 patients held for observation. In the clinic, we had 416 clinic visits, which were up 20 from last month. And inpatient ancillaries totaled 150, up 22 from last month. Outpatient ancillaries totaled 2,298, down 46 from the previous month. Our total patient service revenue in the hospital was $638,859. with a net patient service revenue of $470,480. Our loss from operations was $69,486. We had non-operating revenue of $307,129. This is a result of receiving a tax appropriation check of $305,000, which brought our revenue income to $237,643. In the Lincoln Clinic, we had revenue of $83,043, total expense of $99,000, which provided us with a loss of $16,291. In the Sylvan Medical Clinic, our revenue was $5,281, expenses $11,771, which resulted in a loss of $6,490. So overall, between the clinic and the hospital, we actually had a profit of $214,862. There's a new purchasing policy and forms in place where the CEO must approve all purchases and the board's approval for purchases of services that are $5,000 or more. We continue to remind employees that they must use the hospital email address for hospital business. We had Liz Stuffelbeam here last week with the Revenue Cycle Group. We've not received a final report yet. However, she said that the billing staff is doing a great job, and we're doing a great job getting the money to the door. I did receive today a letter from WPS, which was an approval letter to combine the Lincoln and Sylvan medical clinics together on the cost report. This will not take effect until the filing of the 3/31/2021 cost report. We're looking at ways to market the hospital, clinic, and Drs. Arshad and Yasmin Chima via Facebook, hospital website, flyers, and the Finch Theater. And then we need to remind the public that the clinic accepts walk-in patients all the time, not just early in the morning at 7, but all hours of the day. And that's all I have.
What is the closing hour on the clinic?
5 o'clock.
Questions about the administrator's report?
The deal with the WPS,
Uh-huh.
so that won't be
It won't
won't
be
be until next a year.
a year.
A year.
Yeah,
Yeah, you said
a
that.
year from April 1. Yeah.
Well, that's a plus.
All right, there's no other commentary there. We'll move on to old business. Do we have any old business to bring to the board? Since you all jumped at once, I'm going to have to untangle that. New business. Let's talk about the accounts payable. Tanya's ready to answer all of our inquisitive questions.
Well, that's a lot less, Tony. You're doing a better job.
Are we still using the agency nurses quite a bit?
That has reduced considerably, but I think there is going to be some coming up to relieve the staff that's been working nights all the time that are also working in the office. So
I thought last time Gene reported we weren't going to have a need for them for, what, a couple months? But
yeah, but I think
That-
she's changed her mind on some of that. So just to relieve one individual who's been working nights all the time.
She made gotten any bites on new lab or radiology people?
I don't believe so. I think we are going to have somebody in radiology that's going to come in that's contracted to help us out temporarily. But nothing permanent.
no other discussion. I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable in an amount of $487,163.12 as funds are made available.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made and seconded to pay the bills in the amount of $487,163.12. All in favor say aye. Opposed, same sign. Pay the bills. Motion carries. Other new business?
Not his, this is maybe for Randy's information. I talked to the chairman of the Ford from Phillips County. I've contacted former neighbor of mine, the name of Larry Miley, who's a commissioner in Phillips County. And he had this guy call me this morning and discussed a couple of things. And one question I had for him was, they just got a new CEO not too long ago, and I said, what are you paying it? He said $160,000. So I know I told you, Commissioner, that if I was on a double speed salary, so I probably just 1.5 times the product. If that's,
Who'd you talk to, Max Dibble?
no, this was,
He was a commissioner too at Phillipsburg.
no, I talked to,
Chairman of the hospital board.
yeah,
Oh.
Stanley Keeps.
Oh, okay.
So I just wanted to pass that along to you.
I talked to speaking of Phillips County, I talked to one of the commissioners, was Mr. Dibble. They had a problem years ago with their hospital on similar to what we're having now, financial issues, and they had some changes, and I was wanting him to talk to our CEO about it, what changes they made, because she was curious how, I knew he had a successful correction to their hospital issue, and I thought maybe she would talk to them, maybe into also Larry Miley about how they operate, since they're successful there. I don't know if you haven't heard about that though, have you?
No, well, one thing they did though, they went and went to the banks in the county and got loans from the banks themselves. I said, we don't.
You mean when they were having problems, they did
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. I said, we don't need to do that because we got wind tower money.
Whatever.
Okay, under new business, I'm going to engage
Okay.
Mr. Lohman. We have a committee here that originally started out as find a new CEO. And during the period of searching for a new CEO and interviews, we found that we were a little low on cash. And that became a bigger priority than finding a CEO. Getting the business at the hospital turned around and on good footing again has become the main priority. CEO searching is secondary now. Key to getting that job done, of turning this hospital around and getting it on good footing again, is keeping that key committee intact.
I agree.
And that would mean some cooperative input from your commission and making sure that I keep.
I'm trying to do my best to do that.
Do you need help? I have a number 33 Louisville Slugger that I can.
Well, I know I'm for keeping this, the board members that are in, especially on this situation intact. That's what my primary goal was. And I don't know about the other commissioners, but it is mine. And because I think you guys have been working well together to get the new CEO. I think she's making headway and doing good. And I've told Rod that, and the rest of these guys that, and I'm behind you, Mr. Chairman. Now, you should maybe, there's a concern I know about, we're at time of reappointing new hospital board members. It's coming up, some of it's being done by the end of this month.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas these two are up for reappointment, and then there's, well, I don't know about Mr. Weber. Is he still
I think he's new enough on that
is he still a board member, right? I know he has his health
he
issue.
hasn't left the board. He's
Okay.
just on excused absence because of chemo.
Okay, now that we're not reappointing him, or his position. His position's still Okay, then,
Lorelei.
Lorelei, yeah.
And then the one that was held by.
And then Mr. Krangle. So there's four, and I know I'm blatantly told everybody. I've told Alexis and I told Jim I'm for reappointing these two here. They're up for reappointment. I've told them that. Now I don't know if they are, but I am, and I've tried to convince them. We brought Rod in today. I just want to discuss to the board what he's been doing with his help. He's been greatly helping our new CEO, help to recruit her. He's more, I think, probably more knowledgeable about anybody, not to put the rest of the guys down, about what's going on financially here, because he's done a lot of this stuff. And I'm for Rod in there, and I brought him in today, and we've had a disruptive meeting, and I think it was fair to Rod. I apologize to him. I apologize for the commissioner's action, in my opinion, because we didn't treat him fair. And but I'm for these two guys, and I am also, I'll tell you right now, for Mr. Bertelson also, I think he'd be very good in there too. I talked to Bob about it before. So that's where I'm at. Now, that's where I'm at now. You maybe need to talk to Mrs. Flew and Mr. Gableman, because they have two other votes. I only have one, okay?
But you need to only persuade one.
Well, I'll talk to them all in there. You're right. No, that's where we're at, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I again apologize to Rod because I just wanted to get his input here, and I just wanted to tell him how he's been helping, and I think he got unfairly treated in there today, and I apologize again for that.
So there was another screening match at the county commissioner?
Well,
I didn't do any screening.
Okay.
well, we got off topic in my opinion, and yeah. Anyway, I'll just stop saying that right there. But anyway, no, I think Mr. Ansel and Rod and you guys have been doing good. I think hiring a CEO was very good. I think Scheidiker, I think she's trying to do the best to help. We want to keep this hospital operating. I do. I think you guys do. Now, we may have to do some cuts and some tighten the belt, and that's what we may do, but we don't want that. The bottom line is we want to keep it running.
The little letter that she circulates here in the hospital to the employees, that's a progress report.
From the CEO, the new CEO, is that how it is? Okay.
And she's outlined here where some of these areas are. It's been the emphasis, reducing expenses, increasing revenues, and improving the image of the hospital in the public's eye.
Yeah. No, I talked to her. I had a meeting with her last week, what Thursday or one of those days, and for quite a while, over an hour, just her and I, about what's going on here and what she thinks needs to be done, and I kind of agree with her. And my intentions, I want to keep Lincoln Hospital operating, Now, and how to do that best, I'm not sure, but I will try to support it. And I've even indicated, I will personally state now, that if we need some wind tower money help, I would be for that, because I think that's an emergency. Keeping this hospital open is priority one for me, and it's an emergency if it got in that situation, so I would be for using that, because to me that's emergency money, and this would be an emergency. Now, again, I don't know about Alexis and Jim. I can't speak for them.
Something I was going to bring up, Tony, you brought up a figure the other day, and I didn't write it down, and I think it'd be helpful for Jill to hear it. Where we will receive this year $500,000 of taxpayer money. What was that figure that we pay back into the Public Building Commission?
450,000.
Yeah, that's
$459,000, Jill. So actually, we only have $40,000 left to go into our operating. And I think some people need to understand that. It wasn't, when I was on the board that approved all this remodeling, but still, I'm the only board member here, but still it's affecting the function of this hospital. And if we don't make this payment, the citizens of Lincoln County is going to make the payment.
That's right, and we know that, Commissioner. So that's another reason to keep the hospital operating. Yeah. But I just want to keep it operating for the citizens of the county to have a hospital. You know, that's most important. And it keeps Lincoln functional. You know, a nursing home, we get on that too. That's similar to me, in my opinion. But that's a different topic.
Read Ray Rasmussen's letter. I thought that was a good letter. I haven't commented it, but letter to the editor of last week's paper.
Are you the editor now?
I most certainly am.
She's the boss.
I'm not the boss. I'm the girl with the pen.
Anyway, though, Mr. Chairman, we will try to support. I know keeping your committee that going. And I agree, you have a good committee, and this will be brought up again. We'll be voting for council members coming up next week, probably. Okay. And I will make my opinion known that what we have are good, competent people that are knowledgeable about what's going on here. I'm not against anybody new coming in, but right now we have a serious situation here that we need to help the CEO address the issue with.
New people have to go through the learning curve.
Right.
And that learning curve sets us back.
Well, that's right. It takes time to learn. And we have an issue now where we need to keep this hospital running, and the CEO needs some good input from the board members, knowledgeable input that you learn through experience.
Right.
I agree with that. Nothing against you, Bob. But
We realize it's a 6-month learning curve just to figure out what we're doing here besides drinking coffee.
I understand.
well, we got to understand. I don't think a lot of citizens of Lincoln do. This is a $7 million business. This has as big a budget as Lincoln County does. A lot of people don't think Lincoln know that. So it's a very important board here that you guys have run. It's not like some of these other little boards. I don't want to put any board down, but you have a serious, financial issue involved.
Yes, I can remember walking into it not realizing how immense it actually was.
Yeah. No, it's a very important board members, and I think I'm supporting you guys. I know you got some criticism in the last year or so, but that's over.
Well, thank you very much. Any other new business to bring to the board? Tanya, have we missed anything?
Nope, I think we're good.
Without Jean here to discuss her latest ideas, we're kind of running out of steam. I haven't got anything to pick on you about, so
Okay.
be a
Well,
short meeting.
Good. I'll go back and get yelled at the other one.
Oh, God.
Next board meeting is March the 17th. Again at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Are we going to meet next week in special meeting?
We can do that.
Are we expecting Jean next week? I think it would be good to do 26th.
Yeah.
Which day next week is amiable to everyone?
Wednesdays work out good for me.
When?
Wednesdays, 26th.
Next Wednesday. That acceptable to everybody? Okay. And that may be executive session involved in that, but
But I'm not going to come and
well, that's
Start
not
to
to
sit
run
down
you,
and
that's not
yeah.
to keep you away. Okay,
Everybody remember to wear green next month, because that's St. Patrick's Day too. So. We want to have
okay. we don't need him for a little while. I think probably what we would have to discuss with him would not have any immediate impact on our financials anyway for quite some time. Let's concentrate on getting payroll and bills paid. Okay, we're going to adjourn.
So
Jeff, second.
Motion's made, seconded to adjourn meeting. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Okay, thanks for coming, Red.
Yeah.
Good getting into the